Hi everyone, Flaming Footy here, and welcome back to a new video on the channel. And today, guys, I'm going to be continuing my AFL 2024 round reviews and round previews in today's video, reviewing round 14 and previewing round 15. Starting off with the previous round review, round 14, Friday night footy was Brisbane taking on St Kilda at the Gabba, and Brisbane won this game by 20 points in a high-scoring shootout where the Saints rediscovered some scoring powers. First game on the Saturday was the Western Bulldogs defeating Fremantle by 67 points. Pretty comfortably, the Dockers were off the bye, but the Western Bulldogs did rediscover their best football. In the twilight was Dusty's 300th game and did kick a goal to open the game, but the Hawks spoiled the party by 48 points. Saturday night at the Adelaide Oval was the Crows taking on the Swans, and the Swans, despite giving up another head start, came back to win by 42 points thanks to Joel Amartey and his 9 goals. On Sunday, the first game was the Pies defeating North Melbourne by 1 point. Collingwood won in one of the games of the year, came back from 54 points down after the Roos looked like they had all the momentum. The Pies somehow came from the clouds, and to finish off the round, it was the Giants defeating Port Adelaide by 22 points at NG Stadium in a game where they rediscovered their best football as well. And last round's buys were for Carlton, Essendon, Geelong, Melbourne, West Coast and Gold Coast. Later after the round, the Swans are skipping ahead. The Blues and the Pies are equal in second, with the Blues a game in hand. The Swans also have a game in hand compared to some other clubs as well. Make sure to pause if you want to see the full thing. And the Coleman medal, Ben King and Charlie Curnow both equal top with 38 goals, followed by Hogan, Jesse Hogan and Jake Waterman with 33, tied as well. And Joel Amartey, after his 9 goals, moves up in the 5th position. Time for the round 15 preview, and on Friday night is a massive game. The Blues and the Cats, Carlton and Geelong at the MCG. Big game, this one is going to be at 2nd versus 6th on the ladder. The Blues are going to be looking to hold on to that 2nd position. At the moment, there's a bunch of teams below them that are 1 game below them and could have a little bit more percentage than them and could potentially jump skip them. Results going a certain way, they could potentially be overtaken. It is so tight at the moment. The way the ladder is shaping, it's going to be a great end to the year. With 10 points separating the Blues and the Lions 2nd to 13th. So this one is going to be very interesting as to how the season plays out. But the Cats, this is a big game for them. They're going to be looking to rediscover their best footy because their last few weeks have been disappointing. They've played in some close games, some close losses, and then just some disappointing games after being 7-0 to falling out of the 8. They would not want that to be the way. They've been exposed in a few different areas, midfield depth. And then Jeremy Cameron, Tom Hawkins haven't played as well. Tom Stewart has been found out. Teams are finding out how to play Geelong. And the Blues, they're getting players back from injury and they're looking really good and firing now. And they do look like one of the teams to beat. That's why they're in second. I think they're going to be too strong in this game. I don't think they're going to absolutely destroy the Cats. I think they'll win this game by 21 points in a relatively good game of footy. But I just think the Blues will be too strong. First game on Saturday is going to be Port Adelaide taking on Brisbane at the Adelaide Oval. This one is a massive game for the Lions and the Power. Port Adelaide could be out of the 8 after the round if results go a certain way. And the Lions, if they win this game, they'll be right into the teams which are pushing for a final spot. And if they lose, their job's going to be really hard to make finals from here. They're going to have to win pretty much all their games to make finals from here if they drop this one. But I think this is very winnable by their standards. I think they can win this game. Port Adelaide have been looking a bit off recently, haven't quite been playing their best footy. They had the bye in round 13 and the last round they would have been disappointed. But the Lions, they're looking really good at the moment. They are one of the informed teams in the competition. You got the Lions, the Bulldogs and the Hawks. There's some of the teams which are really dangerous at the moment. And I feel like the Lions could be potentially the most dangerous of them all. They're looking really good. Of course, made the grand final last year and are really rediscovering their best form. I think they'll win this game by 11 points. I think the Lions are going to be a real threat in the back half of this season. In the twilight is going to be the Giants taking on the Swans at NG Stadium. This one is another massive game, 5th versus 1st. And the Swans, start with them, as I say every week, they are the best team in the competition at the moment. They're looking really good, despite giving up head starts against many opponents this year. They are winning games of footy and winning them comfortably, not just winning by 2 points, winning them by 5 goals. So they are looking really good at the moment, the Swans. And the Giants, speaking of looking good, they did look good last week, the Giants. They got back to playing some of their better footy. And I reckon they'll be dangerous in the back half of the year as well. But this one is a hard task, beating the Swans. It is at their home venue, the Giants, but the Swans are playing so well. I do think they're just going to be too strong in this game. It's just so hard to know who to stop in their team. And then last week, Amartey just pops up and kicks 9 goals. So they've got so many different avenues to go, so many different ways to win. I think they're just going to win this game by 23 points relatively comfortably as well. in a low-scoring game. Saturday night footy is going to be Melbourne taking on North Melbourne at the MCG. North Melbourne last week played pretty well against the Pies and just failed by 1 point. They did cough up a 54-point lead, but they still did play pretty well. They were very accurate in front of goal, though. But their pressure was good. And then, of course, the week before as well, getting the win over West Coast to get their season underway with their first win, of course, was a big moment and probably sparked a really good performance last weekend. On the flip side, Melbourne have been playing pretty poorly recently. They're off the bye, so they'll be hoping that will help them turn their season around, but they're going to be without Petrarca, and it's going to be really hard for them. And they've still got a few injuries to some of their key players as well, and scoring's always been an issue for them, and still will continue to be. They're in 11th at the moment. Of course, they can still make finals. It's not beyond reach, but a few more games that they drop, it will get very, very challenging. And I think this is a game which they could genuinely lose. North Melbourne have been playing well. I think they're going to be able to bring the pressure, find a way through, and win the game in a massive upset. I'm tipping North by 9 points. First game on the Sunday is going to be Essendon taking on West Coast at Marvel Stadium. This one is a big game. Both two sides off the bye, both refreshed, both ready to go for the second half of their seasons. And Essendon last year, they had a late season fade out. They do not want that again. They do not want that again, the Bombers. They do not want to fall away late in the season again. And well, West Coast, they're going to be hunting plenty of scalps later on in the year. They've still got a good batch of their games at home against winnable opponents. They've won quite a few games there already this year and will be looking for a few more in the back end of the season. And well, Essendon, that they fell off last year and they're going to be looking to win this game. This is a game they do not want to drop. Of course, positions are so tight and within 2 rounds it can be out of the 8. So I feel like this is a game they simply cannot drop. I think they will win this game, Essendon. I think it'll be a decent game, but I think Essendon will be too strong, winning by 38 points. And the final game of the round is going to be Fremantle taking on Gold Coast at Optus Stadium. Fremantle are in 8th, Gold Coast are in 10th. This is a big game to finish off the round. The Suns are yet to win away from home in 2024, and the Dockers were pretty disappointing last round against the Western Bulldogs. But the Suns need to win a game away from home. You cannot win finals if you can't win away from home. The big day, grand final day, is played at the MCG, and if you can't win away from home, even against lower ranked sides, it will be very hard. Shall you make it to that day to win? I'm not saying the Suns are going to make a grand final this year. I'm just saying that finals is very hard to win if you can't win away from home. It's going to be hard to make for the Gold Coast Suns if they can't win away from home. Their home venue is a fortress, and it's hard to go and play up there, but got to win away from home to make finals. And this is a big game for them. If they can win away from home this game, I think they're genuinely a chance in finals. They'll have some more confidence on road trips throughout the year. Later on they've got a few more winnable games away from home. And Fremantle, well, they're going to be looking to bounce back after last week, which I think they will at Optus Stadium. I just think they're just going to be too strong in this game. The Suns struggle on the road. I think they'll win this game by 36 points relatively comfortably to end off the round. Adelaide, Collingwood, Hawthorn, Richmond, St Kilda and Western Bulldogs have their byes this round. So going back over my tips, I've tipped Carlton, Brisbane, Sydney, North Melbourne, Essendon and Fremantle. Here is a ladder after the round. Of course, things are all even now due to the byes being over. Make sure to pause if you want to have a look. After this round, the bye rounds are done for the year from round 16 onwards. Going to be going back to the full 9 games for the rest of the season. It is going to set up a very interesting finish indeed. But round 15 has got some very interesting games, some massive games. And thank you guys all so much for watching. Please do make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Send you guys never another video on the channel. Thank you guys for watching. So bye everyone. Flame Footy out.